Knicks on an 8-0 run, capped off by this play here.
Allen Houston drives the middle, and Mutombo, I think he might be showing some fatigue, although and I asked him before the game how he feels about back-to-backs. He said, well, he's used to it at this time of season, but you like to see his hands up if you're Lenny Wilkins when moves like that come his way.
Leitner down the lane, left-handed, and a foul. Terrific play. In midair, he switched hands, and he's got a chance for a three-point play. You know, you mentioned back-to-back Larry Johnson with his first foul.
Leitner at 6'11", above the crowd on that move. A man creating his own shot. Not everybody can make their, or I should say, create their own shots. That's a description often applied to players. Can they or can't they? And Leitner proved at 6'11", even way outside, he can get to the basket himself.
And again, changed hands while he was up in the air. Nick lead cut to 8. Leitner, 9 points off the bench. Knicks, of course, back-to-back. They lost last night to Portland. Hawks played last night at home, beating the Milwaukee Bucks in a very tight contest. Herb Williams, a turnaround shot, and the crowd erupted once again. Herb Williams, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 minutes of play.
What made that move outstanding was the speed with which it was executed by Herb.
Knicks are shooting 61% from the field as Childs harasses McCasner. They try and lob it into Henderson. Knicks try to poke it away. Henderson puts it in and is fouled. Good second effort from Alan Henderson. Herb Williams picks up his third. So now Oakley has 3, and Herb Williams with 3.
Well, Leitner seeing Henderson with the advantage of the inside position. Starks comes over to help. Henderson makes a nice finish, though. He works hard to get up around the rim and finish that play.
You see, since he became the starter for Christian Leitner, can't take him out with those kind of numbers. And Leitner coming off the bench. Herb Williams will chat with the official as he walks off with a solid 7 minutes of play for Herb Williams.
Well, that move has made the Hawks much better. They haven't had that kind of quality coming off the bench over the recent times as they do now with Leitner coming off the bench. And it coincided with Henderson getting healthy as well. Last year he was out a lot.
Full court pressure once again. It's not as effective without Mookie Blaylock. Without Mookie, the Knicks shooting 61% from the field. Blaylock, if he has the coaching staff, they miss him more defensively than on the offensive end. Houston drives hard to the basket, gets his own rebound, misses the follow, tip ball knocked loose. Starks had it, lost it, ball kicked around, and somebody kicked it. They're going to reset the 24 and give it to the Knicks. Looks like Ty Corbin was the one to kick it. Allen Houston with a good second effort there.
You mentioned Blaylock and his meaning to this team, to the Hawks. He is such an excellent defender that I think he, in many ways, is the heart of the team because he sets a tone of defensive commitment out high as the guard. And when he's not there, the team just isn't as good.
Starks too hard off the glass. Larry Johnson right there. The second effort again. Larry Johnson tipping it in. The Knicks back up by 9. 10 points for Johnson.
See, he takes up such space with his strength and width. But he's able to get those tip-ins. Even bigger guys can't reach around him that easily.
Henderson again calling for the ball. Got the height advantage on Johnson. They go right back 4 on the shot clock. Henderson lost the dribble. Shot clock at 1. Gets it off in time. Fight for the rebound. Allen Houston. Good boxing out, or I should say Chris Mills. Childs brings it up the other way. Johnson across the lane. The sweeping hook shot. The Knicks lead in 57-46, 12 now for Larry Johnson. And Lenny Wilkins wants a 20-second timeout. Knicks with an excellent ball movement tonight. Childs and Johnson working that time. And it's evidenced by the 57% shooting. And the Knicks with 17 assists here in the first half.
Well, you know, when the Knicks guards have the ball and they're coming up court, chances are Larry Johnson's in front of him. And Childs saw Johnson in good position, got him the ball low, and the defense just wasn't ready for him.
Well, we've got a moment. Tell you about the plenty of action coming up for you. Starting tomorrow, Devils and the Capitals, 7:30 Fox Sports, New York. Then on Sunday, Nets and the Wizards. 3:30 start on Fox Sports New York. Later at 8, Islanders in Edmonton. showdown with the Oilers on MSG at 8. Gretzky and the Rangers battle their conference rivals, the Flyers. And the Knicks return to the MSG Network Tuesday with the Golden State Warriors at 10:30 tip-off. All coming up on MSG and Fox Sports New York. Check your local listings. Larry Johnson enjoying things right now. 10 points, 4 rebounds. Check that, 12 points. And 5 boards. Rick Kasner feeds Henderson. Blocked the foul. Allen Houston picks up his third. Houston had 2 quick fouls, had to sit down. Then he came back in and got hot. He's got 13 points. Houston now will sit down with the 3 fouls. Charlie Ward back in.
Well, you've got to believe that Lenny Wilkins isn't happy with his team's defense, with the Knicks knocking on 60 points for a half. And 2 of the premier defenders not on the floor. Blaylock out with the anemia, and Mutombo now resting. 1 of 2 from the line. 10-point lead for the Knicks. 2.5 remaining in the second. Very strong quarter for the Knicks. Ward looking for Johnson. Knicks want to get Larry Johnson his shots. Drives across the runner. It's good. Larry Johnson. Very aggressive to the basket. Largest lead here in the first half. Rick Kasner on the pull-up. Boy, he is a good shooter. Rick Kasner 4 of 5. Larry Johnson already has 8 shot attempts while making 6 here in the first half.
He's got 14 to lead the Knicks. Shot clock down to 7. Johnson the pass to Childs. Right back to Johnson. He's fouled and 1. Chance for 3-point plays. Chris Childs sets up Johnson beautifully.
What a beautiful play. That's the kind of basketball that fans love to see. The exchange between players, the unselfishness, the guys working together. Nice handoff, and then hand back by Childs to Larry Johnson, who goes strong to the basket.
Johnson 10 of his 16 here in the second quarter. This is our AT&T Great Connection. The 18th assist by the Knicks.
You know what I want to point out too, Mike? Ball goes into the low post man, Larry Johnson, and he flips it to the cutter. When do you see that in basketball these days? You rarely see a big man just flip the ball to the cutter as the Knicks just did. It's such basic basketball.
It's very successful. Usually works. Knicks lead by 13. Smith against Childs. Smith has been sitting on the bench quite a bit in the second. And a foul before the shot. Childs called again. It's going to be his third.
Well, Childs took a beating on that play, too, as Smith used his elbows, his upper body, his height advantage. He's 6'8". There's another look at it now. He's waving his power at Childs. His back's up. Now watch when he goes into the move how he uses his body. Just leaning in and making Childs back up.
He's so difficult to defend, whether you're 6'3" or 6'7", because he's got that 3-point ability, plus can post up and take it to the hole off the dribble. Childs will sit down with the 3 fouls. Anthony Bowie comes in for the first time.
Amazing when you look night to night, game to game, day to day, Mike. Yesterday, the Knicks had 77 total points in the game. They're almost there now in a half.
It's hard to believe. They had 37 at halftime. They've got 62 right now, and we're not even at halftime. 62-51. Knicks leading by 11, just under a minute and a half remaining in the first. Starks around Mutombo, puts up the jumper. Won't go. Corbin tips it a couple of times and able to secure it. Knicks with an 11-point lead, a minute remaining in the first half. Smith, the runner in the lane. Steve Smith now with 12 points in the game. Knicks going to use their 22nd timeout, have not used it. You get one in each half, and it's not carried over, so if you haven't used it in the final minute, it's a good idea. Instead of letting it go to waste, so Jeff Van Gundy will have a chance to chat.